Hey guys, welcome back to another Crypto Pumps video. In this video, we're going to go through when could Caspa and Bitcoin possibly peak. If you enjoy the video or you find it helpful at all, please give me a like and subscribe. It will help the channel a lot and I'd appreciate it. But we get into this first. This is, now I lost the chart, so this is the recording of one of the videos I did previously. Basically, it's a Bitcoin chart against the US dollar, and it shows the halvings and the peak of the bull runs. So basically, what it kind of shows is we had the halving on the 9th of July 2016 here. 18 months later, this is the monthly chart, so each candle represents a month. So if we count up here, that's 18 months. So it's 18 months between the halving and the bull run. And if we go to the next halving, it was 18 months from this halving to the 2021 bull run peak. And now we were at the 19th of April, 2024 halving. And if we count 18 months to the next bull run peak, if it follows suit as the last two cycles, that would be October 2025. Okay. So I'm going to check Grok now in a minute and see what date that is exactly. We'll show you anyway. But other things that this chart shows you, the Bitcoin bottom, when was the best time to buy Bitcoin during the cycles? It's always been 16 months back from the halving. If you count 16 months back from this halving, it brings you to the cycle bottom here with Bitcoin, and that was the best time to buy. Again, if we go to the 19th of April, the last halving, if we count 16 months back from here, it lines up exactly with the Bitcoin bottom, and that's when the best time would to buy Bitcoin this cycle. And you can calculate that again. If you go into the halving, the 2028 halving, and you count back 16 months, it brings you back to whenever that was. I'm not going to get the date because this is a recording, but you get the drift anyway. Okay, so that is that. And so that's 18 months after the halving. I asked Grok when 18 months after the last Bitcoin halving. So it says, so 18 months after the last halving is October 19th, 2025. So let's say Bitcoin follows what it did in the last two cycles and it peaks in October 19th, 2025, and 19th of October 2025. Then maybe some of the like the money should flow from then, like Bitcoin dominance should be low then by that stage, and the money should flow into altcoins, the biggest altcoins first, and then it'll drip down to the smaller ones. Kaspa, you kind of consider a mid-size altcoin, you know. So maybe not immediately, maybe a month or two after Bitcoin reaches its peak, I'd say Caspa is going to peak. So October, November, so maybe November, December, towards the end of the year, October, November, December is when I think Caspa is going to peak. But what else we can look at? Just I'll show you this here. So this is the Bitcoin cycle chart. This shows all the Bitcoin cycles that happened. So this is the first one. The first Bitcoin cycle that ever happened, we got a 200x. The second one that happened, we got a 100x. The third one that happened, we got a 20x. And the one that we're on now, if diminishing returns continues, it's going to be a 10x. But it hasn't even got to 10x yet. But with the ETFs and all the inflow, and there is a bit more interest in crypto this time, it might possibly go up a bit further. You know, maybe reach 20x or maybe 15 even, you know, nobody knows. But that's that one. Another thing I'm going to be looking at is the price cycle indicator. Shout out to Bitcoin Hoodie because he put me on for this, but it makes a lot of sense. You have your moving averages here. You have your 111-day moving day average. You have your 350-day moving day average. Every time these cross, it seems to be the peak of the Bitcoin cycle. So we can have a look here. Now, they did cross right here, and that lines up perfectly with the peak in 2013. You can see them cross here again, and that lines up with the peak again. Up here, you see them cross, and it lines up with the peak. And then on the last Bitcoin cycle, they crossed at the peak there again, or very close to it. But you get the idea. So at the moment, if I zoom in, the two moving day averages are nowhere near crossing yet. So, you know, if this continues, I'd be watching for these around the end of the year, around October, November. If these two are going to cross, I would take a guess that that's going to be the top of the cycle. That's something else I'm going to be looking at. The next thing we'll have a look at is Bitcoin dominance. On the last cycles, it seems to be when Bitcoin dominance fell below 45% is when the money flowed from Bitcoin into altcoins and altcoin season started. So it was this. Let me go back here. I'm after forgetting what the start of it was. If we go to Bitcoin, go into the Bitcoin chart. So let's say the last peak was 10th of November 21. So if we go back into this, 10th of November 21, which was around here, Bitcoin dominance was at 41%. It was under the 45%, but you can see that. So basically, so we're going to be looking for maybe the 2 moving day averages are going to cross. We'll be looking at Bitcoin dominance being below 45%, maybe between 45 and 40%. All of these are kind of indications that maybe it will move over into altcoins. And Caspa, it could be around the same time as Bitcoin, or it could be a couple of months after. But I think, in my opinion, that it's going to be the end of the year anyway. The last 3 months is when Caspa is going to peak. Altcoin season here. A bit of good news at last. Last time we saw this chart, Caspa was like rock bottom, I think. But at least now we're not. We're in the green. It doesn't feel like it, but in the last 90 days, Caspa has climbed a bit. We're up 23%. 2 places under Bitcoin. Our arch nemesis ICP is way down here, near the end. But it goes to show you how much of a joke still that the Caspa, or sorry, not Caspa, the crypto network is. Like, people that are investing in crypto is still all about meme coins. Fartcoin is the biggest gainer, 311%. Like, it just kind of makes a joke of crypto altogether. Like, it's the future, and there's some great technology behind it. But the one that's top of the list is Fartcoin. Like, it makes you wonder. But eventually, Caspa will work its way up into the top 10 coins, and it'll have its day. That's basically everything I wanted to show you. Just kind of little indicators that I'm going to be watching. Let me know what your indicators are. Are you going to be looking at stuff like that? Or when do you think Caspa or Bitcoin is going to peak? I'd love to hear your opinion on the comments. I'm sorry about all the bot comments. I'm getting about 300 bot comments per video now. I can't do anything about it. All I can do is delete them one by one. I'm thinking about turning comments off, to be honest, because it's very hard for me to sift through comments and find the real ones. But anyway, on other news, you might have heard of Blockchain Banter Sunday Roast. So we have this once a month at the moment. We have Chris Hutchinson. He is the Caspa ambassador for the UK. We have Wolfie. He runs Wolfie's Bar, and he's running KRC20 token and NFTs. I'm involved in his community. We have Levendi Pro. He's behind the Crumpet Media. Him and Chris got it going. They're on the show. You have myself. I kind of host it on my YouTube channel. We have Tom Hutchinson. He is Chris's brother. You might recognize the 2 lads from Rock the Caspa. They have their own little YouTube channel. And we have Ashton, who is one of the main voice behind Nacho the Cat. So this is on Sunday. It's going to be at 9 p.m. my time on Sunday. We do it every month. It's just a bit of a laugh. It's nothing serious. If you're looking for something to do on Sunday or something to watch, tune in and see what you think. Just a bit of fun, like I said. But that's the end of the video. I hope you found it helpful. Thanks, and I'll see you at the next one.